Alright folks, welcome to this exciting video where you once again join us in the wild landscapes of Scotland, and today we've come to document this incredible little abandoned cottage here, and it's kind of right at the edge, I think, of like private ground. Yeah, so folks, we're here today to document this little cottage, and it just stands at the roadside. That's why we come with respect to like the landowner. I believe it's actually Fask Estate that owns this, and this would have been a wee cotter house, as you would say, a little estate worker's house back in the olden days. I've got this torch here I can use. Look at this folks, British Touring Car Championship 1998. Wow, yeah, look at the old fireplace. This is so cool folks, check out that. Look at the history, the paint is still on it. I can feel the cold air coming down the chimney. Look at that, the old lime render that they have. Yeah, so that shows this house is pretty ancient, probably pre-1800s. And it's actually one of two houses. There's another one on the far end, and these houses were built for estate workers. Look at this here. Estate workers or farm workers in this area. Yeah, look, a lot of old Scottish houses had this. It's like a two-piece front door, wooden door. Yeah, it's like it's been used for animals in the more recent years. See, it would have probably had a wee bedroom in the middle. Wow. Yeah, this is the main fire here, eh? Check this out. This is crazy, folks. Look at the old cast iron piece right there. Wow. Leading up in. The old cooking range will be behind this. And look at the old brown paint in the mantelpiece. It's so special to document this, to see what's left at this time. It looks like the wall's been shot with an air rifle. Probably people hanging out. Check this out. Look at the old coat hooks. Yeah, look, it has had the wooden lath with the plaster. And you can still see a remnant of the old blue paint. Anyway folks, let's see if we can actually take a peek in this second house here. See what remains of the history in this one. Wow, this is crazy. Look how worn the doorstep is here. And that's often from the old tackety beats. Look at the old stone floor as well. But yeah, the tackety beats were old boots they used to wear back in the day with like steel studs on the soles. And when you won the war, you just took them out and chopped it in new ends with a hammer. Yeah, look, this is the fireplace here. This one's in great condition. Wow, this is what I love about these adventures, folks. Finding wee historical nuggets like this. Videoing them before they're gone forever. Because if a house like this gets renovated or restored, this is the sort of details that'll be the first thing to go. You can imagine the wee fire crackling, smouldering away, and maybe the pot sitting on there, waiting on it boiling so they could have a cuppy after a hard day's work, maybe on the farm. And look at this, there's been a wee cupboard here in the corner. The character there of the old wood. And look, it's had a door with a little latch thing. And then look, the old window here is still in position with a wooden frame. It's got that Victorian look as well with the small square panes of glass, but most likely a building stood here years before that, and it was probably upgraded as the years progressed into the 1800s, and then it was probably abandoned maybe even in the early 1900s. And then look at this wooden lining. I see a lot of Scottish houses with this as well. If it wasn't the wooden lath and plaster, that's often what it was with the wood like that. And look at this, the stone slab floor is in a lot of these rooms here, but an interesting thing, like this bedroom, it's got a wooden floor. And the cool thing with that, this will be a similar layout to the other house. Yeah, look at the shape here, it's just a magical scene. And then the wee window there, looking out the back of the property. And then down this other side would have been like a bit of a sitting room. Yeah, look, it's had a wooden floor at this end, which is obviously different to what we just saw a minute ago with the other room. yeah, it looks in a sorry state. Just think what went on, the community, the family maybe that lived in a place like this, the conversations that was had, and then one day it was just abandoned and forgotten, and the history just gets lost. As places like this get developed, they get changed. Look how the front door is just totally rotted out. Yeah, actually I believe these houses were actually still lived in. I just remembered somebody told me about these houses years ago, but they were actually still lived in like the 1960s, I believe. But that must have been the era they were abandoned. When you see the fire and the way everything looks inside. The crazy thing with this doorstep here as well, folks, look, it's actually been fixed with cement or whatever, because it must have been so worn from the person always going out and in. And then it's the same with this. It's crazy to see that and think how many years folk made this home till one day it just falls silent in the land. The history's almost gone, almost forgotten. And I can even see remains of what must have been cracks that's been repaired within the structure over the years. It looks like this one here has been abandoned first, and then maybe years later that one at the far end. I think it must have been the far away one that was abandoned in the 60s or the 70s. Look at that here, it's worn as well at this point. It's almost like this has been put in with cement though at a later time. Just think about that, those hinges and stuff will be from the 1800s. Maybe even that wood may have been cut at such an ancient time on the land. Anyway folks, it's been a short video, but it's something a little bit different. A little set of cottages here. I do believe they must be owned by like Fask Estate or whatever, but look how the end wall is starting to lean out. Maybe one day these chimneys will fall down in. But it's the sort of thing, if you renovated it, you would pretty much need to start at scratch with a thing like this, because the stonework's probably so far gone from what I'm seeing. Anyway, yeah, it's been a short video. I'm ending it here though, folks. Goodbye from me. Goodbye from Highlander87. You can check his channel out on YouTube as well. He does drone flights and stuff like that, and different aerial footage of some of the places we go. Or yeah, you'll get a link to another one of my videos at the end of this one as well. And shout out to all the subscribers as well on the channel. Like, if you've not clicked subscribe, give it a click. All the support is welcome always to keep these adventures coming. Fresh places every week. Yeah, like I say, it's cool to keep finding them and videoing them for the world to see. The things that was done in Scotland for an estate at a certain time. Anyway folks, I'm ending it here. So we'll catch you very soon with the next one.